We are together, and through this, we will survive.
Is Marzook here, and today we are reviewing the Studio Series Gamer Edition War for Cybertron Sideswipe. So, yeah, the whole Gamer Edition line thus far has been a mixed bag. Is this any good? Is this garbage? What is it? I think, just to get this out of the way instantly, I think this is okay. Let's take a look at this guy. Let's take a look at the head sculpt. The head sculpt is good to me. It's a little bit derpy, but it's good to me. It looks like Sideswipe. I do appreciate that these clip into the wheels on the shoulders here. I think that's pretty cool. Little stuff like that is pretty cool. They didn't have to do that. I appreciate it. One thing right off the bat, yeah, he's wide. He feels wide. I feel like he should have been like just a tad bit skinnier. Like he feels wide. The paint was applied very well on my copy. There's no bleeding that I could see. The reds, they all match for the most part, because a lot of times, parts of the body won't match each other. But he looks good. Everything on this figure looks good. Yes, he has the big ass feet, but that's for stability. So I can't really take anything away for the feet looking as goofy as they do, because he's stable. Like I said, the paint is well applied there. Proper detailing. That hollow chest really sucks. Like, if I'm going to nitpick, that sucks. I don't like that at all. I don't know why it had to be like that, but I don't like it. The robot mode is okay. Like, everything is where it should be. The tolerances on my copy seem very well. The wheels roll well. He looks the part. He's Sideswipe. That's all I could say. He's decent. Like, obviously, if you're a fan of the game and you're feeling nostalgic, you're gonna get this. This is still a better option than hunting down the original, at least to me. But yeah. Okay, so for our articulation, shoulders, we'll move up like that. Move up like that. They move like that. They move like that. Do a full 360. Full 360. At the elbow there. At the bicep. And then bend at the elbow. There is no wrist articulation. It just bends like that. Same thing the other arm. 360 at the bicep. Bend at the elbow. No articulation at the wrist. No ab crunch at all. You can turn the waist, but every time you turn the waist, this gets pushed out. So you could turn the waist, but it's not very good, honestly. You can move the legs like that at the hip. You could kick this far up. You could kick that far back. You could kick further back if the backpack wasn't in the way. You can do a Van Dam. This is far as a spread as he'll get, which is pretty good. 360 at the thigh. Bend at the knee. No tilt at the ankle, but it does move like that. So it's not very articulated at the ankle or the foot there. And that's oh yeah, and then the head. Head will move around like that. Head will move up like that, move down like that. Full 360. So for a weapon, he comes with this gun right here. And what I like that the designers did this time around is they made it to where you could hold it like a traditional gun right here. This clip right here, he can hold it like a traditional fire weapon in case you don't want to do the gimmick. And then, of course, if you want, God, my copy is tight. There you go. You could take this off. And then you could use the gimmick, which looks pretty cool. Looks awesome. It's well sculpted. Looks beautiful. And of course, you could mismatch the weapons with the other weapons in the line, whether it's Optimus, Bumblebee, etc., Starscream. You get the point. Ugh. My copy is tight. For size comparisons in bot mode, here he is with his brother, Sunstreaker. And of course, we had to do the comparisons because they're brothers, and it's no coincidence that the company released these two bad boys together. And yeah, Sideswipe is a bit bigger, but you know, I got to remind myself, you got to remind yourselves, these guys aren't a part of the same line. Gamer Edition, concept, Bumblebee art. You know what I mean? And just between me and you, this does it a lot better. This is the better Transformer. But yeah, this is what these two bad boys, these two brothers, look like together. He's a tinsy wit taller. He's a good bit wider, and he definitely has a lot more kibble in the backpack right there. And here we have Sideswipe with his Autobot brother in. And yeah, he's a bit taller than Bumblebee and Cliffjumper, but he is smaller than the Voyager Optimus. He's wider than Cliffjumper and Bumblebee. Obviously, not as wide as the brick S house that Optimus is. But of course, he looks good with everybody there. You know, this is the line he belongs to. So, yeah, he passes that test. He looks good with the other figures. And here we have Sideswipe in his vehicle mode. And it looks like a Cybertronian Lamborghini, I guess. That's his Earth mode, right? We've always known him as a Lamborghini. And I guess this is the Lamborghini equivalent on Cybertron. Just kind of silly to think about. But he looks pretty good. He looks pretty sleek. Honestly, I'm not a fan of the vehicle. I know that's kind of crazy, but I prefer the robot mode. I don't know. I just don't know. Like, I think maybe it's like these windows that throw it off for me. I don't know what it is about this vehicle mode, but I do not like it. Like, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's not funky looking or anything. It's just, it's not for me. I don't like those wheels or the rims. Like, that's kind of odd. But, whatever. I guess it's supposed to be Alien. Because the Autobot logo is just not for me. I mean, and it hides away any indication that it's a robot, honestly, at least to me. But I don't know. This design is not for me at all, honestly. And the transformation, while I wouldn't say was anything like hard, at least for me, was finicky, and getting certain parts, um, in place in the right areas. Like it's like one of the, at least to me, it seems like one of those transformations where everything has to be in the precise place. But yeah, not for me. As far as for weapon storage, his blaster here, insert it into there, and that's what it looks like with that blaster. Now here we have them, for a size comparison with the Bumblebee concept Sunstreaker, his brother, and I like this design better. Honestly, this design better. This seems more alien to me. But as you can see, they're comparable in size. Sunstreaker is a bit wider. They both good. They both look good together. Yeah, they purposely released these guys together. As far as the wave goes, they released both of these bad boys together on purpose. Here we have Sideswipe with his fellow Autobots. So here he is. Let's move Optimus out of the way real quick. That's what he looks like with Bumblebee. What he looks like with Cliffjumper. And they are different red plastics, because I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but this is a more vibrant red, and this is a duller red. And then finally, with Big Bot Optimus Prime, which is, wow, what a big difference. Of course, this is a Voyager, so of course Optimus is that much bigger. But as far as the set goes, of course, he looks great. Final thoughts here. I think Sideswipe is okay. Like I said in the beginning of the video, he's not as good as Prime. He's not as good as Megatron. He's not as good as Starscream. He's not better or worse than Cliffjumper and Bumblebee. He is a lot better than Barricade. But Barricade toys a POS. The transformation is finicky, at least to me. I think the transformation could have been done a lot simpler and a lot smoother, just like the Studio Series Sunstreaker right there. But it's a better process than Bumblebee and Cliffjumper, I'll tell you that. But it's not enjoyable to flip, back and forth. At least not to me. If you didn't mind Bumblebee and Cliffjumper, you're kind of getting the same deal with this guy, honestly. So with that being said, thank you guys for joining me. Hit that like button and subscribe. And remember, no matter what time of day or what time of night, to always smile. Strongest, always smile. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.